Hey guys, welcome to my episode 1 of this show. I am Nish and I'm a full-time developer. So in this podcast, I'm talking about my journey from transitioning from JavaScript background to TypeScript. So guys, the first challenge was like any new programming language. So I've been working with the programming for 15 plus years, so you can imagine how many programming languages I faced with and switched to. So my early days, I started as a BlackBerry developer, so mostly around Java language-based development. So one thing I can say is from the background I had with these strong type languages like Java, C#, and Scala. So all these learning curves really help to grasp the idea of TypeScript. The mainly from the JavaScript world, when I switched from those strong type language JavaScript, I really liked the flexibility of JavaScript because we could get done pretty much most of the major things by just using a single line, rather than we are too much worrying about tagging or annotating the types and too much worrying about the creating a class for everything. So that's definitely helped me to I saw the advantage of switching from a strong type language to JavaScript. So no doubt guys, definitely the transitioning from strong type language to the how would you say not strongly type language like JavaScript was really cool, because I remember I was working with BlackBerry development and then Android and all iOS development kind of things, and then there was an era of starting cross-platform mobile applications. So I think I started to work on this particular library called PhoneGap. Probably you guys already familiar as well. So that PhoneGap is completely based on JavaScript libraries. So that was actually the very first experience for me working or using JavaScript in somewhere different to the web. Of course, the PhoneGap application itself output was a kind of a web browser running within a web browser, but still I felt like at least running on a mobile application, it's a different feeling. And yeah, at that time actually the application size was not that big. It might be down to few thousand lines of code, but it was quite manageable using the modules and all, and not having a type safety or strong type features wasn't that much of a trouble to say, because development time was very quick and the feedback was very quick, and also the application itself was kind of manageable size, so we had enough resources to try it out and check the outputs and see whether the functions and everything are working fine. But eventually now, when we consider nowadays, we have hundreds of thousands of lines or more than that, and also large projects. And we've been still using JavaScript for this, like in the Node applications and React applications. We all used JavaScript. But of course, I think with that scaling of the projects, definitely I started to feel that or missing out these strongly typed features. The reason being, if you change something in one file or a module, and if you are in another module or somewhere, it's difficult for us to see that error at compile time. Of course, when we run the application, we can see them, but the most of the mistakes, so to say, that we come as production bugs was kind of down to not having this type safety at the compile time. So I think once this with the TypeScript, the main thing that trying to resolve as well, or personally what I feel the value I got out of this TypeScript is getting that type safety, or having that safe net as we have in Java, C# and other strongly type languages. But with my experience so far, I would say it's with the right balance of those features, not too much, because still we can create a nice application just using the functions alone, rather than too much worrying about the classes and object-oriented concept like most of the other languages. I mean, it's good to have them, but still we can do a decent code just using the functions and the module concept. But in this episode, actually, I want to share with you guys what I felt transition to the TypeScript from JavaScript. It's kind of, I felt like it was the right timing to move to the TypeScript, because I really felt when I'm working with the application that something is missing out, and compared to the other strongly typed languages. So I think it's more down to the scalability or the large size of application, and also since now we have the large applications with modules and things, and also components they're integrating together, is getting scalable more and more. So I think with that, the value of TypeScript really plays a great role. So guys, with that background, for me, accepting TypeScript as another language, or spending or investing my time to learn it, I felt it's really how to say, it's more meaningful decision or informed decision. And so I started to kind of looking into the documentation and started my journey to transition into that particular language. But so to say, when I started TypeScript, actually in my day-to-day work in my company, or where I used to work, we were still using JavaScript. We didn't have the trans, so I had to spend some of my personal time learning that. I'm sure pretty much, of course, everybody who's listening to these tech guys, so we all are spending in our leisure time to learn new things as well. So yeah guys, so I think that's the background of moving to the TypeScript, and also in my personal story how I felt about learning another language, because I'm sure you guys experience as well. We learn so many things, and we kind of, sometimes technology is going away, but still we have lots of knowledge that we can carry forward for our next adventure. So I felt the same thing, because I still like the flexibility of JavaScript, and the good thing is in TypeScript we haven't lost actually that flexibility. That's my personal feeling. We have given more tools to get great advantage of JavaScript, kind of a powerful language in the production. So yes guys, so I think that's pretty much I really want to share during this podcast today. So so that was the starting point for me to decide to learn TypeScript and move forward. And then I started looking into the documentation and all other resources available, but I would like to share those parts in another episode. So in this episode, the key point I want guys to let you know is transition to TypeScript kind of was natural. It was based on the need, rather than learning another language just for work on one particular thing, or just for like it's not like a fun project. It was kind of the necessity based on the experience I had, and also looking at the community, and also by my day-to-day experience with what kind of things that I'm missing out from JavaScript language. But personally guys, in my 15 plus years, I really respect this JavaScript language itself, because I think I so much enjoyed working with the JavaScript, given that it's more flexible. You can even use it in small project and also large project, and the investment of your time is very little you need. Anybody can just write hello world very quickly, compared to the Java kind of a language. I'm not saying that JavaScript is the best language, but I would say personally, compared to my experience with the Go language, Haskell, and pretty much JavaScript, C#, I still prefer JavaScript. Got greater flexibility and the right balance of things in there. So guys, yes, so I think it's time to conclude this episode. So in the next episode, I would like to share with you guys where I started, and also kind of the challenges I faced, and what kind of feelings I had inside me, emotional battle I had to go back to the strongly typed languages, compromising some of the things that we have this greater flexibility in JavaScript. Alright, so thank you very much guys for listening so far for my this episode. And as I said, I'm still new, I'm learning the things as well, so it's pretty much I'm just sharing my journey of how I transitioned from JavaScript to the TypeScript. So guys, let's catch up in the next episode. Cheers guys.